Hey everybody, I am super excited because I am in Hawaii. I am in Waikiki. This is my first time here. I've never been here before. And this technically is my first big girl trip by myself. So this is a solo trip that I wanted to take for myself. And I'm happy I'm here. I'm excited I'm here. This is technically my second day. The first day, it was a lot going on. I'm gonna walk you through it and let you know what was happening. But this is technically my second day. I got up, went to the gym. I'm actually headed out to go pick up my rental car so I can be able to go out and about into the city and meet some people. But I just wanted to just give this moment of me taking this trip by myself and able to afford it, thank God, and being able to enjoy this time by myself at this moment. So, okay, day one. Day one was cool, but it was very long. So I had to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning in LA and then catch a flight to Honolulu, which took about 6 hours. And if you know me, and you know me very well, you know I do not do long flights. I do not do long sitting, but that was a long one. I wish I would have known that they had the free movies. I wasn't paying attention until like the last hour, and then I started watching the movie. But it was a long flight, a long day. And when I got to the hotel, I got really early. I got to the hotel after about 10 o'clock, Honolulu time. And child, the hotel room was not ready. So I had to occupy my time for hours because it wasn't ready until 2:45. Now, they told me the check-in time was 4. I understand that, but damn, you knew people were coming. You should at least have some rooms, or at least offer us to upgrade or something. They didn't even do that. It was just like, oh, it's no rooms ready. Like, you're gonna have to figure it out. So I went around, walked kind of like the stretch. So I was like, I guess like, you go to Vegas and there's like that long stretch. Like, it's pretty much like that here in Waikiki. So there's stores and markets and like mini strip malls and all kind of stuff down here. But so basically, what I did was I used my time. I went to the manicure, pedicure, which was not good. Baby, LA, the people in LA do better nails. But anywho, I went to get my nails and a pedicure, manicure done. And then I went to go get something to eat. I went to a restaurant. The restaurant was cool. I got some ramen because y'all know I'm big on ramen. And then I kind of frolicked a little bit. I frolicked throughout the city, this stretch. And I was able to just kind of like look and see what's going on. Met some people out and about until my room was ready. And then once my room was ready, okay, ready, baby, the room was not good. First of all, the toilet was in the same bathroom as like the shower. Instead of it being like the shower, a wall or something, and then the toilet. No, this was like one unit. It was the toilet. You step 5 steps and there's a shower. There's tile connecting, and it was just not for me. I'm not gonna say I'm bougie, but baby, I love a certain lifestyle. Okay, I live a certain lifestyle. So it was a lot going on with that. Then when I went to the room, they're doing construction. So first of all, the pool is not there. It's not open. The pool is being fixed. However, there is a second pool, but it's very small. But the first pool, the big pool, the one in the front that everybody want to go and take pictures and whatever, is not ready. I'll show y'all that in a minute. So it's construction. So mind you, when there's construction going on, there's construction noise. So there's a lot of noise going on. So when I went into the room, it was like the construction was literally next door. Someone is hammering, drilling, everything. But I was so hot and I needed to fresh up from traveling. I needed to take a shower. I said, I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna wash my hair, get myself together, and then I'm gonna go back down and then ask to switch my room. So mind you, I did all that. I went down to the desk, and it was a young man there. Kind of looked like he could be my cousin. We'll get to that in a second. And I was talking to him. I was like, hey, is it possible you can change my room? Because first of all, it's this noise. Secondly, it was like the door in the bathroom was like peeling and coming apart. I was like, this is not gonna work. I was trying to take a nap. And he was like, no, unfortunately we can't.
Wow!
I said, okay, so who's the manager? He was like, oh, that will be me. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, let me break something down. I said, I got here at 10 a.m. My room was not ready at 2:45. I know that check-in time is 4. I said, but then I'm dealing with construction. And then also the bathroom door is peeling from water damage. I said, is there any way you can accommodate me? And then I also asked about parking too, because I knew I was getting a rental car. And I was like, what is the price on that? He was like, it's a third party. It's like $61 overnight, which is nuts. Anywho, he said he couldn't do anything. Then I started talking to him and I was listening to him. I said, where you from? And he was like, oh, I'm from Louisiana. I I said, my family's from New Orleans, which is true, my mom's side. And he was like, oh, what part? I was like, oh, we're from Uptown. He was like, oh my God, are you serious? Or are you just saying that? Because people be saying stuff just to get freebies. I was like, no, my family's really from there. My family has a bar and grill. I showed him the bar and grill on my phone. He was like, oh my God. Then he was like, okay. Let me see what I can do. 2 seconds, this man found me an upgrade to the second building with a suite. And this is where I'm at. Don't look at the stuff over there. But it's a suite, and it has a separate, it's like a 1-bedroom apartment. There's a bedroom in there, there's a shower, the bathroom, there's a kitchenette. I have my living room area. I'm gonna show you in a second. But all of that was available. So he gave it to me, and he was like, here's your free upgrade. Because he tried to charge me at first. He was like, here's your free upgrade, don't worry about it. And then he called me. This is what I'm talking about, customer service. This man called me and said, is the room to your liking? I said, absolutely. I'm gonna go, make sure I get a good review with him. He's such a sweetheart. And, I got favor on my life, so I thank God that I was able to get another room and switch it around. So let me show you the room first. Okay, so here's the room. Here's a little kitchenette. I can heat up my food. Of course, there's a fridge, teas and whatnot. This is for the ice. There's some extra stuff in here, trash can and compartments. There's a closet, hangers, ironing board, all that fun stuff. Then, don't look at my bed. There's a room, like a literal whole 1-bedroom apartment, basically. This is expensive in LA. You spending like almost damn near $3,500. So it's a bedroom. Of course, there's the bathroom, the little closet, the shower's over here. I was in here. I use it before I'm going out. Then we got the little work area, extra storage for my stuff. I really don't use that as much because I'll be scared to be bugs. Hopefully ain't no bugs in here. But there's a desk. There's another chair. Here's my living room area, which is cutesy, very demure. I know we started saying that. TV, whatnot. Then there's a patio. I'm not going to open it because I don't feel like it. But there's a patio here. And then the patio, it actually stretches all the way to the room, so I can go out on either side. And here's the hotel. So they're doing construction down there. Like, as you can see, like in this area here, that's where the pool is. And it is not operating. So, and there's an area in the front that's like a little garden. You can also golf. And then the strip, everything that you need to like shop and whatnot is right there. So, and you can see they got the little construction bin and everything down. You can hear it if you pay attention. If I open this door, you'll be able to hear it, but I don't feel like listening to that. But yeah, and then they're doing construction up there. Look. You see what I'm saying? There's construction up there happening. It's a lot going on, y'all. But anyways, I feel blessed to have this place. And I was able to upgrade because the other one was just literally, it was a bed and a shower and a toilet. So, and I paid good money for this damn room too. So Marriott, I thank you for your hospitality. This is great. Let's move on. Okay, so I'm actually waiting for my Turo car. I was supposed to meet him at 10 a.m., but it's a little early. It's like 10:36. I wanted to get here early because I like to get early to peep the scene just in case something don't feel right. But I rented a Turo car so I can, get in tune with the city, ride around, get into some different locations. Some people suggested for me some restaurants, some nightlife, also some daytime activities and excursions. But I really wanted to talk to you guys too just about why I took this trip and why it's important for me to take a solo trip at this time in my life. There's a couple of things, but the first thing really is work and life and being overwhelmed and being burnt out and not being able to have ease or peace. I have been working nonstop for pretty much the entire year. It's been like a year and I haven't really took a real official break to like relax and do the things that I want to do. Like, don't get me wrong, I had a fun summer. I did some really cool things, last year. I did take a trip last year in December, but it was a non-stop trip. It was very much go, party. I was with my family and friends, but I didn't have like a time to just sit and to relax and to be by myself and to just kind of think and then plan ahead and get prepared for things that are coming next. But I can say that like here I'm able to do that, and I'm doing that by myself. I'm not really worried about anybody else wanting to do other things or entertaining. I'm able to just be me in this moment and take a break from work. And it's a lot. I have a lot of projects I'm working on. I have so many things that I'm doing, and then also so many things I'm planning ahead, and I want to be able to do those things, and I want to do it comfortably without feeling like I'm overwhelmed and I haven't had a chance to breathe. Another thing really is just like personally. I've had a couple things that happened personally that just really shook me to the core. And I need some time to like reflect on that. I need some time to recover. And I feel like this has happened to me more than once, just being a good person and really genuinely trying to love people and trying to add value to their lives. And it's just been kind of like an up and down thing, especially emotionally. And I understand that, you know, things happen in life. Life is not perfect. Life can be unpredictable sometimes. You can control the controllables, and you can do your best as a person and being a good person and being a loving person and being a kind person. But everyone's not going to treat you the same. Everyone's not going to give you that same reciprocity that you give them. And it really shook me to the core. You know, when you really love people genuinely, you want the best for them, and you're honest and you're kind, and everyone's not that for you. And I've experienced that at multiple times in my life where I show up and I'm the kind person, I'm the loving person, I'm the one who genuinely shows up authentically. And, you know, I don't get that back a lot of times, and I just don't understand why this is always a thing in my path. And it's heartbreaking. It's truly heartbreaking when you experience people like that. So I just needed to reflect on that too emotionally, and reflect on that as a person, and look at myself and what I allow in my life and the people I allow around me. Why do I allow these type of people around me when I know that I deserve people who are going to genuinely show up and love me the way that I show up and love them? So yeah, I'm just shaking all those things off, recovering, resetting, praying, and then also welcoming the right people in my life, welcoming love into my life, welcoming genuine love, genuine care, honesty, authenticity, and people who add value to my life and not take. Because we live in a world with so many takers. There's not too many people who are just here to really add value to others' lives. People are just taking, and people use you for whatever they need at that moment, whether that just be you filling a hole at that time for whatever they need in their life or what they think they need. But then we live in a world where people are just not genuinely happy. There's so many people who are not happy, so many people who live day to day, and they have a facade of happiness, a facade of joy. Or if you're not stimulating them anymore, then they have to move on to the next thing, and they have to go to the next person and get that from them for that temporary moment, when the problem, or the solution I should say, is really them loving themselves and knowing who they are. And I think a lot of people don't know who they are, and because of that, you get so many people who take, and they don't give back. You know, I remember Maya Angelou said, don't go through life with a catcher's mitt on both hands. Sometimes you have to throw things back. And I really believe that. That's one thing that I try to apply to my life. And I'm not a taker. And I'm always a person who gives. And that can be seen as something that can be negative too, because if you're always giving, like, what do you give yourself? So I'm a firm believer in balance. I'm a firm believer in being able to pour back into people once your cup is full, and you're able to do that. And emotionally, because I think emotions really is like, emotions will have you in a corner crying in a fetal position, you know, if you allow your emotions to control you. And, you know, me as a person, I know that emotionally I've always had kind of a challenge in balancing like my emotions, and I've been working on that for over the last probably 8 years of just like really regulating my emotions, checking myself, and making sure that I'm able to bounce back from things and people, you know, whether that be romantic or friendships. You know, I've had so many friendships that went left, and I can truly say it wasn't because of me. It was not because of me. I always showed up and try to do my best and try to be a good person. Well, not even try, I am a good person, and just be myself. And I've always done that. And you know, when people don't know themselves, they don't love themselves, and they're not happy, you know, people will do things to you, say things to you that are hurtful because they don't know who they are. And I just want to, it's starting to rain, y'all. Let me move over. I just want to be in a better space where I'm attracting and spending time with people who want the same that I do in a positive way. So yeah, that's a lot. I know that was long, but that's literally some of the reasons why I decided to take this trip and just be one with myself and reset, realign, and then come back with some new energy to be able to show up not only through my work, but just me as a person. And I want to do more for myself. I really want to do more for myself this time around. Yeah. One foot after the other. That's how we start over. That's how we reset. That's how we redirect. And that's how we follow God's will. One foot after the other. I was just writing in my journal. I just started journaling because I feel like I need to write down some of the things that come to me, and I can be able to go back and reflect on them, and maybe I get a new perspective about things, and then I can also be able to share this with others to get insight on things or their perspective. But I wrote, this is my first journal entry. I haven't written a journal, I think, since I was probably middle school. And even then I wasn't like married to the idea of journaling. It was just kind of like, this was kind of trendy at that time. You know, it was, we used to see it on TV, and then it was kind of a topic that I heard like in school. But now that I'm older, I realize that sometimes you do need to write things down so you can go back and reflect on them and then see how far you could come, or things you may have resolved, or maybe things that you need to address yourself and work on. So this is what I said. This is my first journal entry. And when I say first, this is the first page of my journal. I said, as I reflect on my current life, I understand that everything I allow has power. What does that mean? The words, actions, thoughts have power. And what I allow others to say, do, and feel has nothing to do with me until I give them power. Emotional plus well-being is a choice. I truly believe that. I think everything comes down to a choice. Even the type of lifestyle we have is a choice. We have to make the decision of how we want to live, how we want to be every day, the choices that we make, because we all know right from wrong. We know what we should do. We know what we shouldn't do as far as anything negative. And we all have a choice, you know, whether our choice is self-serving or our choice is reflective on aiding other people or having other people in mind. And I've always been a person who have always considered others in my choice making too. And over the last recent years, I've been more so pouring back into myself and learning to pour back in myself and to be able to even consider myself and to think about what I want and what I need, and not in a selfish way or a self-serving way, but more of a realization that, hey, this is what works for me. This is what makes me feel okay. And this is what I think this choice contributes to the betterment of my life. And also, this choice does not hurt you. And even if this choice did not have you in mind, the intention is not to hurt you. I hope that made sense. I think as humans, especially people who are givers and people who are constantly pouring from our cup, and we don't think about making sure we're good first. You know, you go on an airline, they tell you put the mask on yourself first if it's an emergency. You know, put the mask on you first before you aid somebody else. And I think that's something that I have always kind of teetered with, because I have always been that girl for everybody. Like, oh, you okay? Everything's all right, okay? But then also, am I taking care of me? So I've always I agree, and I understand that words, thoughts, feelings, and everything, you only give them power when you allow them to affect you emotionally. And now I'm like, let me take my power back and let me speak positivity in my life, welcoming good things into my life, and being able to take the power back from that and flipping it to a positive things, and not using negative words or continue to harbor on negative feelings, because we experience them. We're human and our emotions are fickle, go up and down like a roller coaster. But if you can take your power back and say, I'm not gonna let this control my life and control my being, you will make a huge difference in your life. And I know that to be true because I'm a reflection of that, and I'm currently doing that again in this current season of my life. So yeah, I'm not gonna share all my journal entries, but I just thought that was great just to start my journaling journey. And I encourage you to do it too. Start writing things down. You know, the Bible says, write your vision and make it plain. And that's for all things. If you want positivity in your life, you want a husband, you want children, you want wealth, you want success, and whatever that means to you, write those things down, make it clear, be intentional about those things, and they will come to you. And they will come to you. Everybody, I am up at 7:30 walking to a breakfast spot. Last night I met two ladies who happened to be from Southern California, and we hung out last night. We went to dinner, and this morning we're actually gonna go to breakfast together. So they invited me out to this cute little breakfast spot where they have like pink pancakes and, you know, cute little trinkets. You know, I like a little cute little trinket. But yeah, we're gonna have a good time this morning. And then we also have some plans for the rest of the day. So I'm mixing and mingling. I'm actually meeting some people out here. So I've been able to connect with at least 4 people while I've been out here. And they're really cool and relatable. So I am going to spend the morning with them and possibly throughout the day. We are planning on having a little lunch. Well, not lunch, I guess it'll be dinner at the beach for the fire show, because they do a fire show at the Hilton every Friday night. So we're gonna go to that. I plan on going anyway. They just happen to be going too. So I'm gonna be going there with them, and we're gonna have some food, some wine, and just relax and chill the rest of the night. And what else can happen, I don't know. But I'll keep you guys in the loop. Not knowing there's a whole high-end shopping area over here. I literally am down the street, and I didn't know that there's like a whole high-end shopping area. They got Hermes, they got Gucci, they got Louis Vuitton, There's a whole nother shopping center. I done went to at least 3 shopping centers already. So this is a whole nother one. Jesus. I'm here for it though. So I arrived at the Royal Hawaiian. I believe this is the name of the hotel, which is super luxurious. And we are on our way to Surf Lanai. It was literally, this hotel is right off the water. This is awesome. I'm going the right way. I feel like I should be going somewhere else. Okay.
Look at their logs. I just don't like campers. I wish I did. You can take it off. Look at the bottom of right.
I am headed out. I'm about to meet the 2 ladies that I met that's from Cali. We are headed to a boat party. So I got my little dress on. I got my bathing suit under because we're gonna be on the water. So it's a fireworks and cocktail cruise. So I'm excited, it's gonna be cute. So I'm bringing a little extra cover up just in case I get a little cold on the water, but for the most part, it is very warm in Hawaii. So I expect nothing but the less, but a wonderful time. I look cute. Yes, God, honey. So I'll show you some footage of that. Bye. Everybody, I'm really lost for words right now. I've had a very long and beautiful day at the same time. I'm gonna try to wrap this up really quickly so I won't, waste your time with a very long video, but my life has changed. My life has changed. Today, I was able to spend time with 2 sisters that I met here in Hawaii. And they happen to be from California. And I've known them for less than 24 hours. And within those 24 hours, they have definitely shifted my life in a positive way. And I'm not just saying that because it just sounds good and is just something that is sensational or whatever. No, these young ladies have been a blessing in the short time I've known them. And, we had the boat ride today. We were able to go out in the water, spend some time together. We went to breakfast together. I'm sure you've seen some of that, but we were supposed to go out tonight, but we ended up not going. At least I didn't go out because I felt like it was just bars and stuff, and I didn't feel like going to a bar. But so I was saying, I'm going home, and the ladies were there, and one of the sisters just literally just started speaking life into me, and I know it was definitely from God. I'm not gonna go all into the details of all the things she said, but it was needed. Everything she said to me in that room, as she held my hand and held me, I'm going to cry. She held my hand and she held me. And I didn't know these people. I didn't know them. And she spoke life into me that I needed because I felt like I was drowning. I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm drowning. And I don't feel appreciated. I don't feel like all the love that I give, I don't get back. But just in a short amount of time, these 2 young ladies told me how much they appreciated me, how much I matter, and how much I changed their lives. Just in the short time of knowing me and how much light
I brought to their lives within the last day. And it really was important for me to hear that, because I try so much to do so much for so many other people and try to love them and speak life into everybody else. But sometimes I need that too. I need someone to speak life into me, because sometimes I feel like I'm drowning. I feel like I'm by myself a lot. But she spoke life into me. And she reassured me a lot of things that I prayed to God about when I'm by myself. And, you know, I don't tell everybody everything that I pray about and I'm feeling all the time. But I know it was God, because she spoke directly back to me what I prayed about. And both of those sisters hugged me. And they said they appreciate me. They told me they love me. And I just met these people. And it's crazy, because you can be around people your whole life and know people for an extended amount of time. But people you know don't always treat you the way that you should be treated and cared for and handled. The fact that people I just met were able to see my heart and see my spirit and to see my light and to reaffirm the things that I know God has told me and wants me to do. It's just beautiful just to have that moment and to be able to share it with them. We're definitely gonna be friends. Like, as soon as we get back to LA, I am definitely reaching out to them. I look crazy, my eyes are red. But as soon as I get back, I am definitely gonna make sure that I stay connected to those two young ladies, Ebony and Tasha. I appreciate you. I love you. I am definitely going to stay in contact with you. And they're doing amazing things in their lives. And, you know, we even talked about just business and ideas and things that we can even bring to other places. But it's just, wow. I just was thinking about it all the way back to my hotel, because I had to walk. I was like, I'm, 7 minutes away from their hotel. And I literally was just reflecting on that. And then coming into agreement with everything that was shared with me. I'm just so grateful that I even took this trip. I'm thankful that I'm able to afford it. I'm thankful for God for allowing me to come to this trip without any issues or problems, and to be able to enjoy this time being by myself, being with him, and being able to connect with beautiful people while I'm here. I've met so many beautiful people, and I'm actually going to be speaking to some other people tomorrow that I've met as well, and being able to break bread with them before I leave and go home. And everybody was like, you're so brave to come out here by yourself, and that's inspiring. It takes so much amount of courage just to say, I'm going to go out in this world and I'm not waiting for nobody, and I'm going to do the thing. Whatever that thing is, you're going to do it. So I just feel like I needed this. This is definitely a reset. This is a renew. This is definitely a God thing. And I feel like my heart has been cared for. I feel like the healing definitely has been ignited while I'm here. I know that everything is not changed overnight, but a lot of things have been shifted while I've been here. God has so much for me. I thank you, God, for everything. I just can't wait for more and all the things he has for me and the right people he has for me. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to everything new. And I'm so grateful and thankful for this time that I have here on this earth. Live, you guys. Y'all gotta live. Live your life. Live your life fully.
Found this cute two-piece set before I got here in LA. And I'm gonna wear this to the beach. I'm actually gonna put my bathing suit under it, and it's light. It's very light. It's cute. I have so many things to do like with the next 2 hours. So what I'm gonna do is go to Foodland. It's like this big food market where you can get fresh food, fruit. So I'm gonna go there, grab some stuff, and prepare for my beach day. And then I'm gonna drop my Turo car off. Then I'm gonna go have brunch, and then probably an hour or so after that, I'm going to go to my beach day and spend some time on the beach. Got to get next to the water. I'm probably gonna journal, but yeah, it's a cute little set. I think it's cute, so, and it's perfect to cover off for my bathing suit. So trying to give me a little tan because these legs is white, y'all. But yeah, we out. Got a full day. Bye. So I am in Foodland in Honolulu, Hawaii, and it's basically like a mix between Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and like a local market. So I got some poke bowl, some fruit. What else is this? Sashimi. I just wanted to get some stuff before I go to the beach, and it's really cute up in here too. I went to a different one yesterday, which was like more local in the neighborhood, and it was very small. But this one is cute. This one has like everything in it. It's giving very much Trader Joe's, very much Whole Foods, and like everything you need is up in here. I wish I would have came here the first day, so I would have had like a variety of different snacks and stuff to get from. And then also like their food is really good, like the fresh food, like fresh sandwiches, fresh bread, snacks, cakes, pies, all your convenience store items, like all that stuff is here too. So I'm gonna make sure that I have all that stuff with me when I go to the beach, because I'm essentially doing a beach day by myself for now. But I don't know, maybe some new friends will join me later while I'm out and about. But this is such a cute little space. I'm gonna get a little bit of video while I'm in here, but it's very cute. And I like the little snacks they got. Low-key want some candy, but I don't know if I should get some. I ain't got any candy in a while. Look at this. Rock salt plum. I've never heard of that. Probably fire. What else do I have? Strawberry bells. Oh, that was this is my thing. I used to always eat this as a kid. I don't know what these are. Peanuts. They have some kind of coating on it. What is this? Supreme mixed Japanese style rice crackers. Never seen those before. They got all kind of little Asian snacks. Cause it's like a big melting pot of like Asian culture, Polynesian culture here. So I just want to honor that and make sure that I'm present too and get engulfed in the culture a bit more, because it's kind of cool. I think I need to get something to drink before I leave though. Well, I have water at the hotel, but once I'm on that beach, honey, I need something cold, honey. Oh, actually, I might get a coconut. So if they have coconut on the beach, I'm gonna get a coconut because I want to be in the moment and enjoy. So this is cute. This is real cute, y'all. Anywho, they got like the food snack bar, kind of like Whole Foods does here. Like all the little things. So it's cute, y'all. Y'all gotta come to Honolulu. Like if you want to relax and have a vacation, it's the place to go. If you're trying to turn up and party, this may not be it. Unless you find people who want to party like you and you can make a party yourself. So yeah, we'll see. Bye. I want a snack so bad. I just don't know what kind of dessert to get. I don't really eat snacks too much no more because I've been on this whole diet kick too. But I don't know what this is. It looks like a custard. And then there's a banana upia bread pudding. That's probably fire. I don't know. It's a whole bunch of like baked goods too in here that you can choose from. But I don't know. Like, I'm not about to get a whole cake or anything. That's crazy. But we'll see. I'll get something and bring it to the beach. Stay tuned. Hopefully you guys will see me at this platter at a Cuban restaurant called Castro's. Fire. The flavors is we got a smoky flavor with the smoked salmon. We got seaweed, there's kelp, there's this green pickle bean flavor. Vegetables so good. This eggs, aioli sauce, capers, and like a whole bunch of other stuff, but it's so good. Head to toe. Fresh mango juice as well. That is nobody else. Take that solo trip. Take that trip now. Go book it. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I feel like my life is not real. Like, not in a bad way, it's just kind of like I flow through my life. I am not stressing right now, especially right now. Not stressing. I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm like worrying. Like I'm easing into my day. I'm having a great day actually. A full day by myself. But I just feel like sometimes my life feels like it's not real. I guess because of I'm getting older, I don't have kids, you know, I'm not married, but I get to do the things that I want to do the way that I want to do it without answering to anybody, without having to second guess it, without having to check in. And I'm able just to flow in my life. And I'm happy in the space that I am. I actually love my life. I really do. Like, I want to be married and have kids and all those great things, but at the same time, I love the tempo, the flow of my life. I want to have someone who adds to that and not subtracts. So, you know, when it's time for me to take that leap and, you know, get married and have kids, it has to be adding to my life. Of course, kids are always a blessing, but my husband has to definitely add. Level up my life that, you know, from what it already is. I live a great life. So if you can add times 2, times 3, times 4, we're unstoppable. So I'm back on the elevator leaving because I'm on a mission to go find this smash burger like truck. Like, it's local and they say the food is really good there. And I haven't had a burger or anything. I had a lot of fish while I was here, so I want to have something different. I don't want to do Mexican either, so I'm on a mission to find it. It's pretty much around the corner from my hotel, so let's see what this hitting for. Really good. There's people here sitting and waiting to get their food. They're really nice. Small mom and pop spot, small little truck, like literally around the corner. So, you know, I'm here for supporting small businesses. So let's see what they're here for. Back at the hotel, and you know I don't play no games. Got right into my pajama jams. I'm not playing with y'all. Stuff is ready, packed, and ready to go for tomorrow when I go back home. So I did get the smash burger from the food truck. Can't wait to try it. It smells really good. So we're gonna see what they're here for. Whoa. Okay. It's giving very much basic, but I mean, it's good. Yeah, the fries is basic, y'all. Ain't nothing to shout about. I'll dance and tell nobody about it, but we're gonna see what this burger hit for. The burger fire, y'all. The burger's actually fire. 10 out of 10. And we're back in LA, the land. I'm back home. So happy I'm back in the house. Had a great trip. It was a long one, but it was a great trip. I found some clarity. I done some amazing things while I was there, connected with some cool people. And most importantly, I got to rest and to really reflect on a lot of things. At this moment in my life, it's really about a shift and a transition from a lot of things in my life. And I am prepared for all those things. I had to prepare myself because sometimes when things start to change and God begins to move in your life in a particular way, things change drastically at the same time. Or sometimes it could be a slow burn, but for me, it's always very quick. I can pray and then God moves very fast. And sometimes he has to move things out the way to get you on the path that he needs you to go on. He's trying to get you back on his path. And as humans, we always change and do things and go explore and do things we're not supposed to do. But
the goal is to get back on the path and what he has for you. But definitely love this trip. Will recommend Hawaii for those who just want to get away. It is not a party city. So if you want to just get away and have time to rest, take a break, or just do some fun excursions with, your significant other or friends, go. Book that trip. Like I was telling people, book your trip. Don't wait. We only have one life to live. And at this time, there's no need to wait, to try to wait until you retire. No, you need to smell the roses while you still can, while you still can move, while you in good health. Take those trips and spend enough money on food, clothes, rent, so you can put some money aside to live your life to the fullest. See the world, explore, meet new people, try different things. That's what I'm all about. That's why it's called Grow with iammiesha, for a reason. So we can grow together, try things. But in this season, it's definitely about resetting, realigning, readjusting, and preparation for all the things to come. God did not forget about me. He definitely didn't forget about you. And I know that God is working on something so big. I am so excited for all the things that he has coming up for me. I can't wait to share it. And God says in the Bible, he will prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies. So I'm going to post. If they don't like me, but you're going to see it. There's a lot of things coming. Things are already in rotation right now. So I'm super excited about all to come. But I'll still continue to pray, stay on my journey, stay on my path. Don't get knocked off for nobody and nothing. Don't get distracted. The message I receive is to stay focused. So I'm going to stay focused. Let God do all the work, y'all. Anyway, hope you liked my vlog. My first solo trip. Well, not my first, but one of my solo trips to the Big Island. Never been before, so it's the first for me. And I took you along the journey. I hope you got some clarity about the island. Want to visit yourself. Great place to go if you just want to get away and relax. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And if you like me and you want to see more, follow me on social at iammiesha. And I continue posts, do some more content. Love you. Bye. Mwah.